The qualification session is at GTR2 conversion in Le Castellet, France. The wind speed is 11 km/h from the north-northeast. Chris is P2. James in Ligandroit du Mistral is P7. Phil in Double Droit de Beausset is P1. Vittorio from Italy in Double Droit de Beausset is 11th. Phil is 15th. Phil is up 10.18 in Corps des Seamers. Chris in Epping is P11 up 10.73. Steve is provisional pole with a 1:38.972. Andy from Spain is P5. Andy improved his fourth with a 1:40.388. 1.416 off pole. James is P13. Paula from Burkina Faso is P11 up 21.71. Dan from United Kingdom is 8th up 0.68. Dan is up 0.61 in Corps du Village. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Vittorio in Corp du Village is P2 up 0.53. Vittorio improved his second with a 139.105. 0.133 off pole. The Earl is P13. The Earl improved his 12th with a 142.279. 3.307 off pole. Paul from England is P4. Paul improved his third with a 139.508. 0.536 off pole. Phil in Corp du Village is P15 up 10.19. Jason double droid de Beausset is P13 up 0.78. Jace is up 0.86 in Virage de la Tour. Jace improved his 13th with a 141.454. 2.482 of pole. Pete from Antigua and Barbuda in Corp du Village is 15th up 1.62. Pete improved his P15 with a 142.074. 3.102 off pole. Dan in Ricard du Mistral is 10th up 0.21. Steve from United Kingdom is P1. Steve is provisional pole with a 138.794. Dan is 10th up 0.70. Pete in double droid de Beausset is P15 up 0.92. James is P9. James improved his P8 with a 140.762. 1.968 off pole. Pete in Virage de la Tour is P15 up 0.84. Pete improved his P11 with a 141.189. 2.395 off pole. Stephen L. Epping is first up 0.14. Dan in Corp des Sinas is P10 up 0.24. James from Italy in double droid de Beausset is P6 up 0.11. 10 minutes remaining in the session. Steve is provisional pole with a 138.745. Phil in Ligandroic du Mistral is P5 up 0.15. Paula is P13 up 0.25. Paula is up 0.11 in Virage de la Tour. Phil is P5 up 0.17. Phil improved his fifth with a 140.070. 1.325 of pole. Paula in Ligandroic du Mistral is P13. Best lap is a 141.416. 2.671 of pole. Paula is up 0.04 in Corp des Sinas. Dan is P10. Dan is up 0.39 in Corp du Village. Jace is P15. Jason improved his P10 with a 141.061. 2.316 of pole. James in Ligandroic du Mistral is 6th up 0.10. James is up 0.15 in Double Droic de Beausset. Dan is P11 up 0.12. James in Estebender is 6th up 0.21. James improved his fifth with a 139.971. 1.226 of pole. Paul in Corp des Sinas is P3 up 0.19. Paula is P14 up 0.30. Paula improved his 10th with a 141.017. 2.272 of pole. Paul in Corp du Village is 3rd up 0.22. Five minutes remaining in the session. Paul improved his P3 with a 139.118. 0.373 off pole. Dan in Double Droic de Beausset is 11th up 0.28. Steve is P1 up 0.15. Dan in Virage DuPont is P11. Dan improved is 9th with a 140.600. 1.855 of pole. Paul in double droit de Beausset is 3rd up 0.10. Paul is up 0.13 in Virage de la Tour. Dan in Ligandroit du Mistral is P9 up 0.13. Paul is P3. Best lap is a 139.105. 0.360 off pole. Paul is up 0.01 in Ligandroit du Mistral. Steve in Virage de la Tour is first. Steven from Canada in Epping is 14th up 0.11. Best lap is a 141.341. 2.596 of pole. Stephen improved his P10 with a 140.752. 2.007 of pole. Stephen is up 0.05 in La Bretelle. Steve is first up 0.11. Steve is up 0.03 in Epping. Chris in Corp du Village is 4th up 0.24. Chris improved his 4th with a 139.245. 0.500 off pole. Dan in Corp des Scenes is P9. Best lap is a 140.600. 1.855 off pole. Jason La Bretelle is P13 up 0.10. The qualifying session is now in overtime. Jace is up 0.04 in Corp des Scenes. James is 5th up 0.01. Jason double droit de Beausset is 13th up 0.28. James in Bender is P5 up 0.15. Paula is 12th. Best lap is a 141.017. 2.272 of pole. The race session is at GTR2 conversion in Le Castellet, France. The wind speed is 10 km/h from the north-northeast. Steve is first. Vittorio from Italy is second. Paul from England is third. Chris is P4. James from Italy is fifth. Phil is P6. James is P7. Andy from Spain is P8. Dan from United Kingdom is P9. Stephen from Canada is P10. Simon from Canada is P11. Paula from Burkina Faso is P12. Jace is 13th. Pete from Antigua and Barbuda is P14. The Earl is 15th. Steve from United Kingdom is P1. Andy entering the pits is P20. Andy exiting pits. Vittorio in La Bretelle is second. Chris in Ricard dual stride is P2. Paul is P3. Is P5. Stephen in Virage de Lata is P7. Jace is 9th, 0.6 behind James. Pete in Ligandroid Dumistral on lap 2 is 11th, 0.5 behind Simon. Pete lost P11 to Dan. Vittorio in double droid de Beausset is third, 0.3 behind Paul. Vittorio passed Paul for second. Paul in Epping is third. Best lap is a 1:48.362. 0.956 of the fastest lap. Stephen Village Dupont is fourth, 0.3 behind Paul. Steve passed Paul for P3. Jace is P9, 0.7 behind James. Jace is now P8. Dan is P11, 0.6 behind Simon. Remaining in the session. Andy in Epping is P13, 0.5 behind Pete. Andy was 7.6 faster last lap. Jace is P8, 0.7 behind James. Simon in Nicandro du Mistral is P11, 0.5 behind Dan. James is P7, 0.8 behind Stephen. Jace in Epping is 8th, 0.7 behind James. Simon in Virage de Lato is 11th, 0.3 behind Dan. Jace is 8th, 0.4 behind James. Simon in Nicandro du Mistral is 11th, 0.5 behind Dan. Stephen is P7. Best lap is a 141.258. 2.115 of the fastest lap. Simon in Estebender is P10, 0.3 behind James. Jace on lap 5 is P8, 0.7 behind Stephen. Simon is 10th, 0.2 behind James. Simon was 1.3 faster last lap. Simon passed James for P9. Dan in Nicandro du Mistral is P10 battling James. Dan passed Simon for P9. James in Corp des Sinas on lap 6 is P10 battling down. James lost P10 to Simon. Vittorio in Corp du Village is second, 0.3 behind Chris. Minutes remaining in the session. Steve is P3, 0.5 behind Vittorio. Jace is P8 battling Steven. Jace passed Steven for P7. Steven and Lidendroid du Mistral is 8th, 0.1 behind Jace. Steven passed Jace for 7th. Jace in Corp des Sinas is 8th, 0.3 behind Steven. Steve in Corp du Village is second, 0.5 ahead of Vittorio. Vittorio is P3. Paul is 4th. Best lap is a 1:39.074. 0.047 of the fastest lap. Steven in Lidendroid du Mistral is P8, 0.2 behind Jace. Jace in Lidendroid du Mistral is 8th, 0.1 behind Steven. Jace passed Steven for 7th. Steven in Double Droid de Beausit is 8th, 0.5 behind Jace. Andy in Eleping on lap 8 is P11, 0.6 behind Simon. Andy was 1.6 faster last lap. Chris in Lidendroid du Mistral is second, 0.6 ahead of Vittorio. Vittorio in Lidendroid du Mistral is P3. Best lap is a 1:39.388. 0.361 of the fastest lap. Du Mistral is 11th, battling Simon. Andy passed Simon for 10th. Andy lost 10th to Simon. Vittorio in Corp du Village is 3rd, 0.3 behind Chris. Minutes remaining in the session. Vittorio is now P4. Stephen in Corp du Village is 9th, 0.3 behind James. James was 2.8 faster last lap. Vittorio in Ligandro du Mistral is 3rd, 0.5 behind Chris. Stephen on lap 10 is P8, 0.4 behind James. Andy in Ligandro du Mistral is 10th, 0.7 behind Simon. Vittorio in Corp du Village is 3rd, 0.7 behind Chris. Lap 10 is P4, 0.5 behind Vittorio. Stephen is P8, 0.6 behind James. Andy is P10, 0.4 behind Simon. Jason Ricard du Mistral is 7th, 0.5 behind James. Stephen in Double Droid de Beausit is 8th, 0.1 behind Jace. Stephen passed Jace for 7th. Stephen passed James for P6. James in Corp du Village is P7, 0.1 ahead of Jace. Jace is P8, 0.4 behind James. Vittorio in Ligandro du Mistral on lap 12 is 3rd, 0.7 behind Chris. Droid du Mistral is 7th. Best lap is a 140.822. 1.795 of the fastest lap. Jason Double Droid de Beausit is 8th. Best lap is a 140.732. 1.705 of the fastest lap. The leader has just finished the race. Steve finished first. Chris finished second. Vittorio finished third. Paul finished P4. James finished P5. James finished P6. Stephen finished 7th. Jace finished 8th. Simon finished P9. Andy finished 10th. Paula finished 11th. Pete is 12th. Pete finished P12. Phil is 13th. The race session is at GTR2 conversion in Le Castellet, France. The wind speed is 11 km/h from the north-northeast. Steve is first. Chris is P2. Vittorio from Italy is third. Paul from England is fourth. James from Italy is P5. James is P6. Stephen from Canada is P7. Jace is P8. Simon from Canada is 9th. Andy from Spain is 10th. Paula from Burkina Faso is 11th. Pete from Antigua and Barbuda is 12th. Phil is P13. The Earl is 14th. Steve from United Kingdom is P1. Session. Race start. The Earl entering the pits is P14. Colin Margrettel is P3. James in double droid de Beausit is P4. Stephen in Epping is 6th. James is 7th. James lost P7 to Simon. James is now P7. Paula is 8th, battling Jace. Jason Ricard du Mistral is 9th, 0.5 ahead of Phil. The Earl exiting pits. Phil on lap 2 is 10th, 0.5 behind Jace. Phil is now 9th. Andy Inesta Bender is 10th. Best lap is a 1:53.570. 7.198 off the fastest lap. Simon in Virage de la Tour on lap 2 is P11, 0.4 behind Andy. Pete is P13, 0.3 behind James. Vittorio in Ligendroit du Mistral on lap 3 is P3, 0.6 behind Paul. Stephen is P6, 0.4 behind James. The Earl entering the pits is P14. Paula in Estebender is 7th, 0.5 ahead of Jace. "15 minutes remaining in the session. Jace in Virage de la Tour on lap 3 is 8th, 0.1 behind Paula. Andy is P9, 0.3 ahead of Phil. Phil in Ligendroit du Mistral on lap 4 is P10, 0.7 behind Andy. Siemens is P8, 0.2 behind Jace. Andy in Estebender is P9, 0.4 behind Paula. Phil in Virage de la Tour on lap 4 is P10, 0.7 behind Andy. Andy was 0.8 faster last lap. Pete entering the pits is second. Phil is now 10th. Phil is now P10. Andy is P8. Andy passed Jace for P7. Phil in Ligendroit du Mistral is 9th, 0.6 behind Andy. Phil passed Andy for P8. Andy is 9th, 0.2 behind Phil. The Earl entering the pits is 14th. Paula in Double Droid de Beausset is P10, 0.4 ahead of Simon. passed Andy for 9th. Andy in Corp Du Village is P10, 0.4 ahead of Simon. Simon is 11th. Paul in Ligandroid Du Mistral is 2nd. Best lap is a 1:39.478. 0.626 off the fastest lap. Vittorio in Double Droid de Beausset is 4th, 0.7 behind Steve. Paul in Corp Du Village is P2, 0.3 behind Chris. Paul was 0.5 faster last lap. Remaining in the session. Andy in Corp Du Village on lap 6 is P10, 0.7 behind Paula. Chris in La Bretelle is P2, 0.3 ahead of Steve. Steve in Ligandroid Du Mistral is P3, 0.5 behind Chris. Paula in Ligandroid Du Mistral is P9, 0.3 behind Phil. Andy in Double Droid de Beausset is P10, 0.2 behind Paula. Chris is P2, 0.2 ahead of Steve. Steve was 0.8 faster last lap. Chris lost P2 to Steve. Steve in La Bretelle is 3rd, 0.1 behind Chris. Jason Littendrove Du Mistral is 7th, 0.7 behind Steven. Andy in Littendrove Du Mistral is P10, 0.2 behind Paula. Andy passed Paula for 9th. Paula in Double Droid de Beausset is 10th, 0.3 behind Andy. Chris is P2, 0.4 behind Paul. Jace is 7th, 0.2 behind Steven. Jace passed Steven for 6th. Steven in La Bretelle is P7, 0.2 ahead of Phil. Phil was 1.4 faster last lap. James entering the pits is 12th. Steven lost 7th to Phil. Chris in double droid de Beausset is 2nd, 0.4 behind Paul. Jace in double droid de Beausset is P7, 0.2 behind Phil. James exiting pits. Five minutes remaining in the session. Andy in Corp Du Village is P9. Andy passed Steven for P8. Paula is 10th, 0.5 behind Steven. Steven Littendroid du Mistral is P3, 0.7 behind Chris. Jason Littendroid du Mistral is 8th battling Andy. Steven Corp Du Village is 3rd, 0.6 behind Chris. Jason Corp Du Village is P8, 0.4 behind Andy. Steven La Bretelle is 3rd, 0.5 behind Chris. Jason La Bretelle is 8th, 0.4 behind Andy. Steven in Littendroid du Mistral is P9, 0.7 behind Jace. Steven Corp Du Village on lap 11 is 3rd, 0.3 behind Chris. 2 behind Jace. Steven Labretel is P3, 0.2 behind Chris. Paula in Labretel is P10, 0.7 behind Jace. Paula was 0.8 faster last lap. Steven Double-Droid de Bosit on lap 12 is third, 0.3 behind Chris. Jason Double-Droid de Bosit is P9. Best lap is a 140.798. 1.946 of the fastest lap. The leader has just finished the race. Paul finished P1. Chris finished second. Steve finished third. Vittorio finished P4. James finished P5. Phil finished P6. Andy finished P7. Stephen finished P8. Jace finished 9th. Paula finished 10th. Simon finished 11th. James is P12. James finished P12.